So we're going to start going through some of the exercises, and with each exercise I'm going to talk to you about what the purpose of that exercise is. We're going to discuss proper technique, the number of repetitions, and then we'll give you modifications if it's too easy or too hard. So the first exercise we're going to start with is the standing heel raise, and the purpose of this exercise is to be able to get a push-off while you're walking. It's also important that you can reach up into a cupboard, or it also helps you on stairs. So proper technique, we want you to hang on to the table, kitchen counter, or a chair, and what you're going to do is you're going to push up onto your toes, lift your heels up and down. Important with this exercise is that you don't rock yourself forward, that you push straight up. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 8 repetitions of this exercise.
5.
That's 6, 7, 8. Now, if this is too hard, what you can do is you can sit down in the chair. You can do the exact same exercise. Just lift your heels up. This is an easy one you can do while watching TV. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if this is too easy, what you can do is stand by your kitchen counter again, and you can increase the repetitions to do, let's say, between 15 to 20 repetitions. Or if you want to get a little bit of a balance in challenge with it, just hover your hands above the table. Go ahead and marry it up and then down. The next one we're going to do is a standing toe raise. And the purpose of this exercise is to be able to pick up your toes while you're walking. Many times you'll see people, as they age, they'll begin to walk and do a little bit of a shuffle. This allows you to pick your feet up and do more of a heel-toe walking pattern. This ensures that you do not trip when you're walking on carpets or anything like that with rugs, or if you're out walking in the grass or on gravel. So it's a really important exercise. So what Mary's going to do is she's going to hang onto the counter with one hand, and I'm going to have her lift up one toe at a time and pull it up. The reason I do one at a time is that a lot of times if you try to do both, people will tend to rock back then versus use their muscles. That's 6, 7, 8, 1. So you're going to do 8 repetitions of this exercise as well. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If this gets too easy, again, what you can do is increase the repetitions to 15 to 20. Or if you want that balance challenge again, just kind of hover your hand above the kitchen counter and do the exact same exercise. If it's too hard and you don't feel very safe and secure, go ahead and sit back in the chair again. And you're just going to do the same thing, lift your toe up, but again, do one at a time so you can really concentrate on pulling up that toe. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do for strengthening is a side leg raise. Mary, I'll have you come around here. And this is the purpose of this exercise is to strengthen the muscles on the hips on the lateral side. This is important for walking, for being able to go upstairs, step up a curb. Many falls are lateral falls, and so this is a very important muscle that you want to exercise and work with. So Mary's holding on with 2 hands. What she's going to do is lift her leg out to the side, keeping her toe pointed forward about 1 to 2 inches off the floor. 3. We're going to do the 8 repetitions of this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go ahead and step to the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If it's too easy, you can just increase the repetitions, or you can add a 1.5 to 2 pound weight on your leg and then do the same thing and begin with the repetitions. If it's too hard, what you can do is just do a tap where you bring your leg out and in. And so that way you don't have to lift it as high. Again, let's say if you've had a total hip replacement or have some hip problems, this would be an easier way to do this exercise. The other option you also have, if you can't do it standing up, is you could do it laying down in your bed and just bring your leg out to the side and in. It works the same muscle, but it just avoids gravity. The next exercise is what we're going to do is a standing knee raise. And the purpose of this exercise is important for being able to pick your leg up, to step up on a curb, to get your leg into a car. Also, if you're stepping up into a bathtub, to be able to get your leg up that way. And so what we're going to do is Mary's going to lift her leg up to hip level, hold, 2, and then down. And lift up, hold, 2, and down. We're going to do 8 repetitions on each side. That's 3. The reason I have you hold just for a second or 2 is just to really kick in that muscle, the muscles in front of your thigh. Which is 6. Okay. 7. And then 8. If this is too easy, you can do again, you can increase the number of repetitions or keep that cuff weight, 1.5, 2 pound weight on your ankle, around your ankle, and you can lift it up that way. If it's too hard, what you can do is just not lift your leg up quite as high. If you don't feel steady holding on with just one hand, you could turn towards the kitchen counter and hold that way so that you have 2-hand support. Very important to try to keep your back straight as you do that though and not lean forward. So the next exercise we're going to do is the sit to stand. And the purpose of this exercise, it's one of my favorite exercises, is it really helps to strengthen those quad and those hip muscles that we know as a part of normal aging get very weak. It's also very important for independence, being able to get up out of a chair, go to the bathroom, go to the kitchen, and do your daily activities. I'm going to show the modifications first before we do all the repetitions. So the way I'm instructing it is you're going to cross your hands, you're going to sit out to the edge of the chair, pull the feet back underneath you. Mary's going to lean forward and push up through her legs and stand up, hold for a second, and then sit back down. If this is too difficult, if you have armrests on your chair, if you need help a little bit with your hands, go ahead and push up with your hands, bring up, hold, 2, then reach back with your hands and sit down. We want to make sure that you don't plop into the chair. The other option that you can do at home is you can put something in the chair, such as a pillow or something, or a cushion. It's going to raise the chair up and will make it just a little bit easier. So go ahead, Mary. Again, you're going to come up this way. Makes it a little easier to start, and then once this gets easy, you can take that out and continue to build your strength. So let's go ahead and do the 5 repetitions. All right, so you're going to lift up, hold, and then down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then sit back down. I have you hold just at the top just a little bit because that also works on your balance, because many people have trouble when they first stand up that they feel a little bit unsteady. So that actually works on strengthening as well as balance. If the 5 repetition gets too easy, the modification you can do is just increase the number of repetitions. 10 to 15 is a great goal to be able to do that. The next exercise that we're going to do is called a seated knee straightener. Again, that strengthens the muscles on the front of your thigh. And again, its purpose is to help with walking, help with that push off as you go up the stairs. What Mary's going to do is she's going to straighten her knee, hold, 2, 3, and then down. Hold, 2, 3, and down. That's 2. We're going to do 5 repetitions of this, and down, and up, 2, 3, and down.
3, 2,
3. Okay. This will be repetition number 4. 4, 2, 3, and down, and 1 more. If this is difficult, this is sometimes a challenging exercise for people if they have some knee pain. What you can do for modification is just don't go up quite as high and don't straighten out that knee all the way, but you can actually just kick it up a little bit and that will work that muscle in the front of your thigh. The other option you can do is slide forward, knee straight. You're just going to tighten the top of your thigh, hold for a count of 3, and then relax. It still works that quad muscle, but it does it in a way that doesn't stress the knee joint. And you can modify it that way. If you do these exercises and they're too easy, what you can do is, again, is increase the number of repetitions to 10 to 15. Or if you have that 1.5 to 2 pound cuff weight, put it around your ankle and you can use that with the exercises. Normally you probably wouldn't progress the exercises until after you've done them for 2 to 3 weeks. Changes in strength really take about 3 weeks to see that noticeable change. The next exercise we're going to do is we're going to start working on some of the balance exercises. And the first one is called sideways walking. And the purpose of this exercise is it works on strengthening the muscles of the hips. That, again, we talk about lateral falls. It's a good preventative of that. But it also allows you to do things such as walking in a church pew, when you walk into a movie theater, being able to walk sideways, working in your kitchen when you're working from side to side, that you work on that balance and that strength. So what I'm going to have her do is she's going to hold on with her hands on like a kitchen counter or a table. She's going to walk sideways, again keeping her toes pointed forward, and then come back. What I'd like you to do is be able to do about 5 to 10 steps each direction. Depends on your kitchen counter or your table. And the modification with this be if this is too hard, then you would actually just maybe don't do as many steps. Just do 2 or 3 just to kind of work on that you can do that. If this is too easy and you want to work that balance and work that balance challenge, what you can do is just lift your hands up and kind of hover. So you've got it there if you need it, and then walk that way. The other thing that you could do is you could just take bigger steps. But as you do this exercise, you should start to feel it in your hip muscles when you work it from side to side. Okay, the next one that we're going to do is called heel-toe standing, or we call that tandem standing. The purpose of this exercise is to work on that balance reaction that we talked about, the eyes, the ears, and the feet. And so if someone would come near you and push you, or you have to stand in a narrow base of support, this would work on that balance reaction. So how we do the exercise, Mary's going to hang on to the counter with one hand. The heel is backed up to the toe. And she's going to stand there and hold for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She's going to switch feet. Again, you're going to hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, to make this more of a challenge, balance-wise, what I would have Mary do is lift her hand up or just lightly touch and do the same thing, holding for a count of 10. Let's go ahead and do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch feet. And again, hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But she always has her hand there so that for safety wise she could touch down if she needed to with a finger. If that is too difficult, what we can do is what's called a half tandem. Maybe switch your feet this way. There we go. A little bit more, kind of come together like that. And that, so it's not quite as challenging, you could do a half tandem and do the exact same exercise. If that is still too challenging, just stand with your feet together and just try to balance that way. But as I said, it's very good for that postural reaction. If that was too easy doing the tandem, another challenge that you can do with it, this is more of an upper level, but I'd have Mary just turn her head from side to side. I'm just going to spot her a little bit. And then she could turn her head up and down. And you can see it's making her work her legs, but that's good. That's what we want to do, is get those stronger for her balance. The next exercise, and this is our last one, it's called a split stance standing exercise. I'm going to have you face the camera. There we go. All right, and then she's going to hold her hands out like she's holding a ball. So you want your feet about the distance apart that you're probably in a walking one. The importance of this exercise is that this will be an exercise that when you're working in the kitchen and you're moving from side to side, or if you're working in your yard and you're raking leaves and doing things from side to side, that you have that balance and postural reaction. So what Mary's going to do is she's going to turn to the right, hold for a count of 3, 1, 2, 3, come back to center, and then hold, 2, 3, come back to center. And then I want her to switch her feet so that it will challenge it in a little different way. Again, do the exact same 3, 1, 2, 3, back to center, and 1, 2, 3. If this is too easy, you could actually be holding something versus a pretend ball. Maybe hold on to a real ball or something that has a little bit of weight, because that will change your balance perspective. If this also is too easy, you could just do a couple repetitions of that. Or what I'd have Mary do again is do some of the head turns. Turn her head from side to side, and then head up and down. If this is too difficult, just the regular exercise, what I'd have Mary do is turn sideways and hang on to the table and stand in that split stance and just hold on to the table and hold for a count of 5 seconds, and then shift her feet and do that again. But again, this would be important if you think about your walking position, to be able to walk safely and not feel unsteady. And so those are the balance and strengthening exercises that we would like you to try. If you have any questions, just talk to your instructor. Even though our goal is fall prevention, there may be a time that you experience a fall, and we'd like to demonstrate to you how to get up from the floor from a fall. So I'm going to have Mary pretend that she has fallen down on the floor. So one of the first things that you want to do when you fall is not panic. Take a nice deep breath and relax, and look around at your surroundings. Look for the possibility of a very sturdy chair that you could use to get up. If you have experienced, and you feel like you've experienced an injury, and you have a lifeline or a cell phone, go ahead and use that and just wait for help. But if you feel like you can get up, what you want to do is bend both knees up to about 90 degrees, and then you're going to turn your head and move your legs in the direction you want to roll. So you're going to roll onto your side, and then you're going to take your arm, your top arm, push yourself up and get on your side. Pause there a moment, kind of catch your breath, and get what we say, get your wits about you. Then go on your hands and knees, and then you're going to crawl over to the chair. You're going to put your hands on the chair and then bend up one knee, and then you're going to make a turn and slip your hips up on the chair. Then again, always just pause, take a deep breath, and make sure that you haven't experienced any injury. But this would be the way that you could try to get up from a fall.
So just remember that falls are preventable.
We hope that you will do these balance and strengthening exercises. Remember, the goal is to age successfully. Thank you so much.
Thank you.